We'll start with a roll call.
So we're opening the meeting of September 1st. Chair Grotenhouse.
Here, Sam says he doesn't have audio, I think.
Commissioner Parker.
Here.
Commissioner Stevens.
Here.
Commissioner Kimball.
Here.
Commissioner Pierce, not here. Commissioner Conley, not here. Commissioner Falciola, not here. Commissioner Day, not here. And Commissioner Richey. Sam, can you hear us? Can you hear us, Sam?
Looks like he can't.
I know he talked for a minute, so I don't know if he's using his phone or.
Yeah.
Are you using your phone, Sam? Okay, well, I'm just gonna mark him present. and we can at least start our meeting for approval of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Do you want an all in favor?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, just an all in favor vote. All those in favor? Aye.
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 Approval of the minutes from the last meeting. Does anyone have any comment? I'll get a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
I'll move the approval of the minutes.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Hi, Sam. Hi, I have you on my phone so that we can hear you.
I've been having audio problems all day with
Okay, well, hopefully everybody will be able to hear you, and I'll just channel you from my phone to the tablet.
oh, okay.
Okay.
Service trouble.
No problem. So do we have an all in favor for the minutes?
All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, it's approved. So if you're not planning to speak, if you wouldn't mind putting your mute on, just so we don't get any or barking dogs or, but basically the original intent of the matrix, it was something that was created when I first came to the city, and the idea was kind of a cheat sheet for property owners so they could see, for the most part, requests that we would get for improvements, particularly to single family home, that they could just go ahead and take a look, require a Heritage Commission review and approval, have administrative review, or would it require no review or approval? And from time to time, we've taken a look at this over the years. I think we've added solar panels to it. We've tried to update it when we had some sustainability added for the design guidelines. And so we've tweaked it a little bit here and there. And the last time that we took a look at it was in, I think, 2015. That's the last update date that I had on it. So we just wanted to take a look, do a little housekeeping since we're having a little bit of a slower time with our COAs, and open it up for discussion. If there's anything that you would like to change, if you think something maybe had an approval required before but doesn't need it now, or it has no approval and you would like that. So we just wanted to kind of open it up for discussion and see if there's anything you'd like to update. And then if you approve that, if any changes are made, then I'll go ahead and update the date and we are good. So I don't intend that it would be a long discussion, but at least an opportunity for some discussion. For instance, we do have signs. We only had,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
that's okay. So we have freestanding signs or markers on here. We don't have wall signs. If that's something that you would like to add to this, then I can go ahead and put that in there. You'd like administrative or for those wall signs. But otherwise, I'm just going to open it up to the commission, and whatever discussion you'd like to have, we can do that.
I guess my only comment was about demolitions. Maybe we should just clarify, emergency ones on an emergency basis where maybe health and safety are involved. The city can make that decision, right? Like we saw on specific today. So I wonder if we should clarify that.
I would probably not try to put too much information in there. If people think that there are lots of different processes, it gets a little confusing. If it's an emergency demolition, it's always done because of health and safety. And that's something that our building official can override any commission or decision if he feels that that's going to be a life safety issue. So the reason why we just kind of left that there is that really, if they're coming for historic preservation review, this just tells them what they're required to do. It doesn't get into permit reviews. It doesn't get into life safety issues. It doesn't get into code issues. It just strictly tells them what the Heritage Commission does and does not allow.
For the city's use as much as for ours.
It is. I'm not sure many people in the city know it's here, but it is for everyone's use. And as a reference for either staff or for a citizen. It was intended really for a citizen just because it can get a little, if this, then that, maybe sort of in our design guidelines. And this kind of gave them a very specific direction about what they do and don't need approval on, so.
Okay, that's fine. If you all don't think there are any changes on that need to be made, that's fine.
Is there anything that anyone looked at in advance or that we've kind of dealt with before that you wanted to address?
No, I can't think of anything, Lindy, but I think you could add wall signs to the same line as the freestanding signs.
Okay.
Because then it require commission approval.
Do you want commission approval, administrative approval? How it really is completely up to you.
Yeah, I think just add it to the, or at least I would propose that we add it to the same line as freestanding signage and require commission approval.
Any discussion on that? Everyone comfortable with commission approval?
I would agree with that because we did that for the little hotel there. It's not a commission.
Okay, I will add that in for HC approval. I did have a question about people putting in awnings and putting signs on the awnings. So right now, a new installation of an awning is administrative. If someone were to put an awning up and use it as a sign, do you still want to keep that administrative?
If it's under,
Sure, I had an inquiry from someone who was interested in putting a sign on an existing awning. So we don't, if it's existing and the framing's already there, we typically let people just change it out. But for instance, on one of our lines, it says awnings, new installation. If they want to do new installation, and they want to put a sign on it, would you prefer that be Heritage Commission approved? Or do you want to keep that administrative?
I think I'm fine keeping that administrative myself.
but if you're if there's something about it that makes you uncomfortable, you can refer it to us, right?
I can refer it to you, but really this kind of gives me the direction about whether or not you absolutely want to see it or whether or not you feel comfortable with staff approving it. So I just, I hate to waver too much and say, well, I know it says that it can come to me, but really you're going to have to go to the commission because I just don't feel comfortable with it. So I'd rather have the direction from you up front. And if that's something that you would prefer to keep that's what we'll do. Work through the logistics of it at the staff level.
We trust you.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of feedback. I don't know. Do you know the background on why awnings or new installation is not a commission approval? I mean, I can understand why it's not, disruptive of the historic nature of the building because you can always remove it. But
Right.
at the same time, you could really mess up a building with some awnings. And so I don't know the background or the history on that point. So to me, it would seem like we could move an awning new installation into commission approval instead of administrative. And then that way we're covered whether it has a sign or not.
And you can, that's completely up to you.
Yeah. But I mean, do you know the history of it? I mean, has there been lots of awning discussions?
So the idea is anything that originally was reversible treatment,
Yeah.
we try
Yeah.
to keep administrative. If it's a
Okay.
masonry building, I always make sure that I comment on the fact that they will hopefully put it in the mortar joint and not directly on the face of the brick or stone. I can't mandate that, but I can request that they do that. But really, any reversible treatment that we're not going to harm
Right.
any of the historic fabric, we try to be flexible on.
Right.
I think that's fair.
Okay.
Anyone else? Jean?
Oh, keeping it administrative review.
I think that's the discussion that was
Yeah,
where
sure.
keep it administrative.
Okay.
Yes.
I agree.
Are there any, and that kind of goes to equipment. We've got into this satellite dish on here, and the issue would be the same with that. Would be as long as, we're trying to encourage them to do it in a sensitive way, but it's not really gonna hopefully hurt any of our historic fabric.
Okay.
Is there anything else? Any other points or concerns, comments? We don't need it. I just want to make sure that if there are any questions or concerns that we cover them while we've got everybody pulled together.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of any new issues that might have come up since 2015 when this was last revised. But, can't think of anything offhand.
Okay, well, I'm happy to make the change, update the date. I will put the new matrix on the website for reference. And then I will email it out to everyone so you all have an updated copy. And otherwise, if I could get a motion to approve the changes that you'd like to make to the matrix, and I think the discussion is completed.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
And that's with that one change to add wall signs to the matrix. Okay.
Great.
All those in favor, say aye. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Okay. We have not had any feedback from Ricardo Falciola, who is supposed to be on the commission. He's missed 3 meetings and he has not returned his oath. So I'm thinking that we may have an open position again. So I'm going to let our city clerk know and see if they have any other applications for people who might be interested. But we're obviously kind of struggling to get a quorum each time. So I just want to make sure that we're up to our 9 so we get as many people who can participate as possible. Other than that, I don't have any other 106 reviews. I'm finishing up our grant for the Fairmount survey. All the paperwork has been submitted to the SHPO. I have to get the last of the paperwork into them to get our reimbursement, and then that project is complete. I'll work with tech services as I can to get that uploaded and put online so we have full access to that. We still are trying to work on getting the North Main survey up. And so that's the projects that I would really like to work on and have full public access to so that people can find out dates of construction and or the history of Fairmount. It's really an interesting read. Beyond that, the city sites are still all being maintained. We're having regular maintenance meetings. There is some very general funding that allows us to keep it maintained, but nothing for larger capital projects. So I am still working with tourism to make sure that we're maintaining all of our historic sites. And then we're moving forward with the Truman Depot restoration because of the $350,000 grant we have from Mid-America Regional Council. So I think that that project will hopefully be out to bid in the next month or two, and then we can go ahead and complete that. Are there any questions or comments from the Heritage Commission?
So would the Truman Depot be on track for an opening or soft opening next spring? Is that kind of the idea? Exhibits be ready by then?
Well, I think it's the hope that it will be. I assume that 350 includes the exhibit space, but I can't guarantee it. That's something that I'll have to speak with Eric Gerfer about.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? You know, considering the financial position that we're in and all the delays with COVID, I'm just super happy that that project's still on track to move forward. It's been vacant for years, and it really is a great opportunity to bring more people into Independence in a completely different mode of transportation and through a different historic building than just the kind of veil being in the CNA all the time. So I'm kind of excited about that.
It's a fun spot because I've taken my grandkids and got tickets on the train, picked us up there at the station, and then went to Jeff City and back, and it makes a great learning and fun trip. So hopefully when we get past the pandemic, we can get more of our own people to do and go the other direction as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be something positive for all of us to focus on, that when we get past this, that we'll be doing a lot more promotion along with the reopening of the Truman Library. So good things are coming. It's just taking a little while to get there.
Well, and the Truman Library renovation is so we're still on track.
You okay, Wendy?
Question for you about CLG training. Are we going to get kind of a waiver or exemption this year because we weren't able to make a trip to Jeff City? Or are we supposed to find some other form of training that qualifies?
So there are a lot of opportunities for, excuse me, for virtual training.
Does anyone
at SHPO is going to expect us to have the level of CLG training that we normally have. I think that you can absolutely expect that to be kind of waived this year. So no problem there.
Okay. No slap on the wrist.
No, I think we'll be just fine. But I'm sure they'll be looking at next spring for opportunities, even if it ends up being online training. And as soon as I hear more about that, I will share that with the commission.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. So I don't have anything else to report, and I have no Section 106s going on right now. As soon as I get the final copy of the grant, I will get the overview to you, so you can read up a little bit that they were able to pull together. And beyond that, I think we can adjourn unless there are any other comments.
I'll take care of that. I move that we adjourn.
I'll
We have a
second it.
Okay, thank you.
All those in favor? Say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Well,
See you
thank
all
you,
again.
everyone. If I hear back from Habitat for next month, then I'll let you know. Otherwise, we may cancel the meeting. And if Habitat wants to push it back into November, then we'll go ahead and schedule it for then. But I am trying to just keep us on track just to meet on a fairly regular basis and make sure that you're aware of projects that are going on in the community. So thank you all for coming this evening. I really appreciate it.
Wendy? I'm still here. I'm not on the
meeting. What was the Habitat matter you're talking about?
Oh, I'll update you. They have scaled their scope back. And so they may not be doing all the work that they had included in their original scope when they came to the commission the last time, which was several years ago. And because it's just basically an update, a project update, I thought the commission would like to know, since so many people, it is a historically designated property. It's locally designated. And there are so many commissioners who were not on when they proposed their scope originally that I thought you would all like an update on that. So I spoke with Christina Lakey, who's their CEO, and she said that she would be happy to come and give an update on that.
Oh, that sounds good. Thanks.
Jean, did you have something? Nope. Okay. Well, we are adjourned. Thank you all so much for coming, and I hope you have a good September.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Wendy.
Thanks, Wendy.
Good night.
Bye.
Thank you, whoever's doing City 7.
We don't get to see them?
It's usually, yeah, there we go. Okay. Have a good